Hello everybody and welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always have something to say about the Toronto Blue Jays. I am your host, Adam Patron.
And I'm your host, Nicholas Blaylock. And today, guys, we are looking at the Blue Jays potentially making one final move in free agency and also a big prediction from the Jays Journal. Before we get into all of it, though, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment your thoughts down below, and join our YouTube membership, guys. It's awesome. You get so many perks. It's lots of fun. Let's dive in, bro. First things first, are the Jays done? Are we finito? Is everything finished? Are there any moves becoming before opening day? That is what The Athletic talks about in this article, and effectively what they refer to, and I want to hear all of your thoughts about this, and you guys too. Effectively what they're talking about is how everything looks pretty good. Everything looks pretty solid on this team. However, the one kind of bigger hole is the fact that the outfield depth isn't elite. It isn't how it's been in the past. You know, there is no Tapia chilling on the bench or anything like that. And they reference how Varsho and Kiermaier, yeah, they're great lefty bats, but they're actually not that good at hitting righties. So having that kind of... I know, right? It's like,
so what's the point?
We're flipping the script now. It's
like, come on.
It's for real, dude. But basically what they're saying is like, hey, maybe we should have a guy, you know, if there's injury or if there's, you know, we're facing a bunch of righty pitchers or something like that. Somebody who can come off the bench, who can be... It's like,
so
why
dumb.
can't we just like,
it's so dumb,
get good
bro.
players?
It's like, isn't a lefty supposed to be good at hitting righties? Why do we get lefties who aren't going to hit righties? You know. Anyways, point being though is like there is an option. Like, should we go add an outside source on this team? And I mean, quite frankly, you totally could. I mean, there's tons of guys still left in the free agent pool. I mean, you've got people like Jurickson Profar, Cole Calhoun, Robbie Grossman is one that has been coming up in a lot of rumors lately. 100%. And that's the guy we're kind of focusing on here. Like, yeah, like Robbie Grossman's a good, decent bat. I mean, I will never say I don't want Robbie Grossman to fill up the bench, because after, you know, the top three starters, you got Whit Merrifield. We'll talk about him in a little bit.
Yeah,
but sure. I'm really curious to see, like, okay, can he hit it? He can't even hit right-handed pitching either. So it's like, you could go through all these options. Yeah. So what are you going to do? You just... If no one from the outside can really do it, I guess your only option is the guys internally.
Well, that's the thing, man. It's like, don't get me wrong. I will happily take somebody like this because he actually does mash lefties, apparently, Robbie Grossman.
Yeah, apparently.
So I mean, good, totally. I guess. But seriously, just having somebody available off of the bench is definitely an asset. People get tired. It's a long season. Someone is going to get hurt, guys. It is definitely going to happen. I also, though, I don't think that you necessarily need to, you know, and I think that that's kind of what this article talks about, where it's like a big move, you know, a move where the Toronto Blue Jays go out and sign somebody. Yes, it absolutely could be coming, and it could happen before spring training, but it doesn't have to for us to, you know, be okay.
Yeah, it's one of those complimentary moves, and quite frankly, I'm leaning on the train of we don't need to, and I don't think we're going to either. I mean, we have guys like Whit Merrifield, and we're going to be a fourth outfield option for the Blue Jays. I mean, look, Whit Merrifield right now is slated as a second baseman. Totally cool and fine, but if you need someone to go fill up in an outfield spot, he's next on the depth chart, in my opinion, rather over Cavan Biggio. I think Cavan Biggio and Espinal are more likely going to split that position in the 2023 season, you know, moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm kind of the same mindset where it's like, listen, I like Robbie Grossman. I mean, I love Jurickson Profar if the price is right, sort of thing. But we have this logjam at second base. There is this jam going on where I think Whit Merrifield deserves playing time. I think Biggio deserves playing time, and I think Espinal deserves playing time. One of the best ways to get that playing time for them is if they don't all need to play the same goddamn position.
Exactly, and there's going to be off days. There's going to be long trips. Maybe Kiermaier's hips getting a little sore. Maybe someone needs to get off their feet for just one day and go fill up. Before we switch the topic, I just want to throw it because we're bringing up splits right now. Whit Merrifield, he hits righties. Pretty good, 255 batting average, even though he's not a righty, or he's not a lefty, excuse me. He's a right-handed bat, which the article was referring to. So there you go. We have an internal solution, everybody.
That's not
all
bad.
Solved.
That's literally not bad, right?
Absolutely.
It's like 255. I will take that.
For batting average.
Yeah, exactly. You know? For batting average. OPS still not ideal, but it's like he's not really a power guy anyways, right? So that is good for us just to have that dude like readily available, ready to go. And especially even better if this big prediction from the Jays Journal does come to fruition. Shout out Jays Journal, man. They are awesome.
They're awesome.
Like, they're just consistently making just awesome content, and they come out here and I want to just preface this by saying these are early and bold predictions, right? So I think that they even say it in the article where it's like, you know, these might not happen, but there is a route of possibility where it could become fact. Biggio becomes the everyday second baseman by the year's end. And this has been a whole conversation. It's going to continue to be a conversation through spring training, probably through the first few months of the season before we really get a sense of like who is earning this job. Biggio, Merrifield, Espinal, these guys are leaning Biggio. Do you agree?
Well, it is definitely a bold prediction because he's obviously third on that depth chart. But just like they're saying in the article right here, folks, I'll switch it back so y'all can see because shout out Jays Journal for bringing this up. Right here, guys, with Merrifield, they bring up a point that he's going to take over as that kind of fourth outfield guy. Like, whenever they need someone to fill in, they'll bring him in. And then, obviously, it leaves Espinal and Biggio. Now, Espinal, near the end of the year last year in September, kind of fell off the table. His batting average wasn't that good. However, the defense was amazing. But also, you can make the same argument that Cavan Biggio's numbers have never been that good.
No.
And
I mean, like, Biggio fell off like since 2019. It's like there's been a significant decline.
Absolutely. Then. But they also mentioned like, oh, he's healthy this year. You know, he knows his role now. Maybe he gets to get a bit more comfortable. But that's all speculation. We don't actually know that. So, do I think it's going to happen? But I don't think it's going to happen right away. That's why I like how they included by year end. Sure. I think there's absolutely an opportunity, and probably out of these bold takes might be the most likely in my opinion.
I mean, Biggio, dude, like he's always. It's just this guy that, like, I have so many mixed feelings about because I want him to do well, obviously. Like, I do. I want him to be the best that he can be, and you know, God only knows. It's like he's got so much potential. I guess I have to see something first, right? It's like
I gotta see it.
And that is why this is a big prediction because I've watched this kid since he came to the majors. I even watched a few games where he was in like AA, AAA, right? It's like, we've been seeing this guy since like the beginning of time, basically. We've known what the problem is. I've known what the problem is for years now. I've watched it develop. Literally the problem, it wasn't a problem, and then it became a bigger problem because the league realized that Biggio cannot catch the fastball. And obviously, that is a very difficult skill to develop, but I think that you need to have that skill if you are going
to play baseball.
If you want to be a baseball player. Especially if you want to be the everyday guy, you kind of need to develop that skill at some point, if it's going to happen at all.
Right. And well, to give Jays Journal some like a little bit of credit, I think I could see where they're going with this whole prediction. I mean, like, look, Cavan Biggio in 2019 and 2020, he had regular playing time all the time. He was at second base all the time. And what happened? In 2021, he had to go over to third base. And he had a positional change, and changing positions, especially going from second to third, is a big mental challenge. So, you know, Cavan Biggio, I guarantee, was thinking about, and he actually admitted to this, thinking about his defense at his at bat, and he wasn't focused, and he was putting extra work in places that he wouldn't normally be putting into. So that's what happened, and he got injured too. So I think for Cavan Biggio, now that he kind of knows his role, like, you are going to split time at second base. And like, you might play a little bit of outfield here, and like, he's used to that now. I think with knowing that, he can find a little bit more comfort in his everyday job and become better at hopefully focusing on hitting the fastballs.
I mean, I hope so, dude. I really hope so because, again, with Biggio, we know that the potential is there. You can look to his father for proof, right? Clearly, this guy, in his blood, there is baseball in it. You have to hit the fastball if you want to be the everyday guy. And I think it's going to come down to who starts out really hot off the top, right? Who starts out really good? We know that Espinal is going to provide the defense. He's always going to have that argument as to this is why you need to play me, right? So that's going to always be there. If he struggles mightily with the bat off the top, there's the opportunity for Biggio. I'll be honest though, I think if Espinal comes out swinging like he did off the beginning of last season, I don't see a reality where Biggio can get in and be the starting
consistent playing time. He's gonna, I agree. Like if Espinal is swinging the bat good, he's gonna come off as a pinch runner, maybe a defensive replacement, maybe a matchup. Like that's his role. But you're right. As soon as Espinal drops off, which let's be honest, unless Espinal's going to win the MVP,
right.
he's going to drop off at some point in the season. Biggio's got opportunities. So do you think that he's going to make the everyday second baseman? I think there's a reality.
Yeah, for sure.
But do you?
I think that there's reality, absolutely. And I want the best for Cavan Biggio, but I think I need to honestly come back to me in like a few weeks when I see spring training and see how he's literally taking ABs. Yeah. How he is taking ABs.
Well, we know how he's going to take ABs.
I hope it's different, though.
I know.
I hope it's different because, again, and it's not even just catching up to the fastball, but do you know how many times I've watched this freaking guy watch a fastball
down the middle,
go right down the middle?
Yep.
And
for strike three.
We claim he's got an incredible eyeball, which I know is true.
Yeah. But this is the thing. I think that's the mental game.
Right.
He's just not there.
Yes.
Right. He's very patient. I know that. And sometimes there's borderline calls. I was literally looking at like Cavan Biggio highlights the other day, trying to pull some clips from a video room, and there were some strikeouts that were like not a strike.
Yeah, for sure.
But he looks at it. But that happens to everybody. But I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. He needs to get comfortable.
Come back
in a few weeks, folks.
I gotta see how he walks in the season. Maybe the mentality shifted. Guys, let us know in the comments down below. What do you think about this? Are the Blue Jays going to make one more final free agency move? And could Cavan Biggio potentially be the starting guy by the year's end? We want to know your thoughts down below.
Yeah, guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And $3 a month to become a Patreon member. Shout out and thank you to all of our current Patreon members. You guys are awesome. And shout out to all of our YouTube members. If you want to become a YouTube member and get some exclusive perks, the link is in the description.
Thanks so much for watching.
And go Jays, go!